Hi, I'm Jonathan, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Manchego. If you're watching this video, chances are that you probably like cheese as well, and are quite interested in learning more about cheese. Like me, you've probably learned that there's a whole world of cheese beyond your usual selections of cheddar and mozzarella that you see in the grocery store. There's a whole other world of cheese that's to be discovered just yet. This channel will be a kind of journey to taste and test and experience the different types and varieties of cheese, and I hope that you'll enjoy coming along with me on this journey and exploring the world of cheese with me. The journey that led me to delve this far into the world of cheese is a long story, but let's just say it involves chocolate milk, Australia, a hole in the wall, a whole bunch of other events, which I'll save for another video. In each video, we will be reviewing and experiencing a type of cheese and breaking it down as follows. Firstly, we will talk about some of the details and origins of the cheese, such as its country of origin, the type of milk used, and any other quick relevant info we can find. I won't dive into how a particular cheese is made this time around, but perhaps in a future video. Secondly, we will explore the scent and texture of the cheese, cutting it into pieces and seeing if we're looking at a dry, crumbly cheese, or one that is smooth and pasty, as well as everything in between. Third, we taste it, and we'll rate out the varying textures and flavors. This list of flavors is based on a flavor wheel I found in various cheese tasting books, and I've personally found them to be a good guide for creating a profile for a different cheese. So with that, let's review our first cheese. Noted in the name of this title, our first cheese is Manchego. I chose Manchego to be the first to review because it's one of my favorites. I find I like a cheese to stand on its own and just be a snack I can eat and enjoy. Manchego is one such cheese that I appreciate and find that, at least with me, it's a cheese that can stand on its own. Manchego actually has a couple different profiles depending on how long it has been aged. There's a newer 1-month-old Manchego, there's a 3-month-old variety which we'll be testing today. There's some as well as that have been aged over a year or longer. Fortunately, the sticker that was on this cheese did not provide much information other than the age, so we'll try to fill in as much detail as we can. Firstly, let's look at some of the details as mentioned. Unfortunately, we don't know which country this was made in, but generally, Manchego cheese comes from the La Mancha region of Spain. Manchego cheese also generally comes from sheep's milk. As mentioned, this particular cheese was aged for 3 months. Second, let's move into the texture and scent of the cheese. First, let's address the rind. I found out quickly after doing a quick sample test that it's most likely wax, so I would not actually suggest eating it. That being said, the rind was a bit elastic. When I opened the cheese from the plastic wrap it was in, a strong smell hit my nostrils almost right away. This cheese has a very strong and sharp scent that is also at the same time hinting at a buttery, milky smell. The cheese itself, as you can see, is actually quite firm. It's not the most firm cheese out there, but it definitely has a strength to its texture. If you apply enough pressure, it does crumble as it is rather dry. Finally, let's move into the taste test. This cheese has a milky and butteriness to it, but I also found that it had some saltiness as well as having some touch of sweetness to it. It's a bit hard to explain, but the mixture of different flavors are not individually overpowering and actually work together to create this unique taste sensation. I should add that there was a bit of sharpness to it at some points, which added to this moderate yet interesting cheese. So in conclusion, this cheese takes a number of flavors and their varying scents and its strong scent to create an interesting cheese tasting experience. No one individual trait overpowers the rest, but instead they all work together to create this cheese, and that is part of the reason I like it so much. Also, it just tastes good. The salty and slightly sweet and buttery and milky flavors are not too strong to enjoy that you can take it all in at the same time and just let it sit in your mouth. The sharp kick though does add a bit of a surprise just when you think the cheese is done. And as I mentioned, it is a bit dry, so it might be good to have with a beverage. My personal opinion, I really like this cheese. I could eat it all day, well, with a drink, and not feel like it's overpowering, but yet also not boring either. It does have a strong smell, so that's something to consider, but otherwise, it's great. As someone who is looking for that cheese that provides an interesting adventure by itself, this definitely provides. Thanks for watching. This is Manchego.